James Austin, Your Honor.
Yeah.
Your Honor, have a Raul Casares. I wanted to approach the court about a walkthrough and setting bond and conditions. And he's here with the bondsman, Your Honor.
You want bring him up, please?
Casares.
Council, make it a cost.
Yeah, sure. Sorry about that.
253
5183.
5183.
Yes, sir.
Casares.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Casares, you're charged with, I think I remember this case. You're charged with indecent assault. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you. Is this the one where there's a maid?
Yes, Your Honor.
The complainant was employed as a housekeeper in the defendant's home. The complainant was cleaning up the house when the defendant approached the complainant and told the complainant to touch it. The complainant refused to touch the defendant and the defendant grabbed the complainant's right hand and placed it on the defendant's genitals over his clothes. The defendant eventually left and told the complainant not to tell anyone about the situation. The defendant later approached the complainant as she was cleaning the bathroom, and the defendant entered the bathroom and locked the door. The defendant then grabbed the complainant's right breast, removed her face mask, and began kissing the complainant. The complainant believed if she kept ignoring the defendant, he would stop. The defendant did eventually stop and left the bathroom. The officer observed text messages between the defendant and the complainant, where the complainant stated she wanted nothing to do with the defendant, and her decision was firm.
Okay. Mr. Casares, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to have any contact with the complaining witness in this case. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I'm issuing what's called a magistrate's order for emergency protection that identifies her as a protected individual. You cannot commit family violence or an assault against this person, commit an act in furtherance of an offense under section 42.072 of the Texas Penal Code, which is the stalking statute. You cannot threaten, harass, use another person to communicate a threat or harassing behavior. You cannot be in possession of a weapon or go within 200 feet of where she lives or where she works. If you violate this court order, the state can and will file a, additional case against you, violation of a protective order, and things will go sideways quick. You have a lawyer. He will take care of you. Because you have a lawyer, I will waive your appearance, but it is your responsibility to stay in touch with Mr. Olson, and he will tell you if and when you have to come back to court. If he tells me he can't get a hold of you because you're playing games, I will issue a warrant for your arrest. So if you pick up a new case, violate conditions, no more PR bonds. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You guys, let's talk about bond. There's no bond set at this time. You guys have a recommendation?
5,000.
Judge, I would ask for 2,500. He has no contact with the complainant.
Any criminal history that you guys see?
Yes, Judge. He was on a 2-year probation out of Bexar County and for a DWI, but this was in 1990. And then he had another charge for a possession of marijuana in 1992 out of Bexar County, and the disposition on that is unknown. But those are his only 2 other charges.
Those are the only things you see?
Or residency, I see, Your Honor, just
Please. Assuming that's it, Mr. Casares, I'll tell you now that I will do everything in my power to protect the city at all costs. I think that, and I firmly believe that everybody deserves at least one chance. I will give you a PR bond now, but I'm not going to give you another one. If you pick up a new case, you become a danger to our city, I only have one place for you, and that's lockup. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I'll set the bond at 2,500. I'll give you a PR bond and then go from there. He needs to sign the MOA. Also, we'll put other conditions for him, no contact and no weapons, and that's it for now.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you, Your
All
Honor.
right, guys. Thank you, Mr. Olson. All right, sir. Do not leave until we get you to sign all the paperwork. Okay.
Right this way.
For per needed, so it's not like he's getting a
It's
bunch of.
not good to substitute one addiction for another addiction. You're only hurting yourself in the long run. At some point, you're going to have to deal with this, because what you're literally doing is you're slowly killing yourself physically and mentally. And it's not a good way to go through life. At some point, you're going to have to deal with this. And it's better sooner than later, because the more time you take, the more difficult things become. You know what I mean? We're not here to hurt you. We want to help you and we want to see you in the best light that you can be. And you end up in just, I don't want you to be addicted from one thing to the other. I want you to be able to deal with it and deal with it in a healthy way so that you're not always having to deal with some kind of substance or some kind of chemical. Because truth be told, Mr. Jones, it's mind over matter, you know? And I know it's easier said than done, but you can. When you put your heart and soul, you can get anything done. So, have you been prescribed or have you been found that you have a seizure, that you have?
Just, I really don't think this is appropriate to be talking on an open public forum. This is HIPAA protected health information. I have to object, sorry.
And well, then you're gonna have to provide me with records that so.
If you want to have a conference in chambers or without audio, I'm fine with that. But I'm not trying to put more of his medical history out there for the internet and YouTube to see. I don't think it's appropriate. You can still live stream it, just mute it, just like if you were in trial and the jury shouldn't hear it.
I need to know that if he's taking benzos, it's not something that's illegal. That it's
Okay.
actually prescribed and it's for a medically necessary purpose.
And we can provide that, not in front of the world.
Okay, so I guess set it for later this week, and I want to see that he has the the purpose.
I will submit it to you under seal, so you can review it. It's not, but I'm not gonna do a public filing, and I'm gonna
Okay with
object to a
that,
public
Dustin.
hearing.
I'm okay with that. I have no issue with that, but if it continues to test for benzos,
And he probably should test today for benzos. It's gonna be, he's not taking it seriously, he's not taking it as a thing, and he does have a prescription, which I provided to you. But I don't wanna discuss, well, Walgreens wouldn't lie, Judge,
I get it, but you have 9 and it's been since,
per needed. You don't take all 9 unless you need one at a time. That's why they give you 9. They don't give you 60. If you're doing it daily, they give you 60. If you're doing per needed, they give you 9.
so let's do this. Then if he is, he only has a limited number, right?
Correct.
So if he's tested positive already 3 times for benzos,
That's not accurate at all.
then that's 3 pills.
Twice, okay, twice.
Okay,
But you tested him 3 times in 3 weeks, so.
okay, we're gonna continue to do it because I want to make sure that you're not using it. Do you understand? Okay, all right, here you go.
Thank you. We'll submit, let's make sure I'm clear on what we're doing, so.
Done. Yeah, I'm gonna keep testing you like crazy. I want you to know that.
So we just set him up for weekly testing, Judge. as part of
That's what we're-
competition.
yes.
We're not in court every single week. Because it's kind of, I mean, personally, it's a little bit harder on my docket.
You
too.
don't have to, you don't
Okay.
have to show. He's got to come and test every Monday and Thursday. You don't have to show. He does.
Does that include like showing the court or just reporting on saying, just saying?
Yeah, just make sure where you want to
Just,
go.
but you got to come here to get the order and then we send you there.
Okay,
So you come here, get the order, we send you there, and then you go, and then we'll deal with it when the time comes.
And also I'm getting.
I need proof also that he's all medical conditions, because I want to know that it's medically necessary, that you're not taking it just for s and giggles. That's not,
understand.
That's very good.
okay? All right, guys.
That's what we're doing Monday, Thursday, Saturday.